If there's no request, I want to start us out in child's pose today. So let's take our knees wide spread and then extend those arms forward and just close your eyes. Start to connect to your breath. So inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. Filling your lungs with air. Melting that chest down to the mat. You might find some length here, reaching your fingertips forward, tailbone back. Taking a few more breaths. Maybe checking in with how your body's feeling this morning. Noticing any tension. On your next inhale, bring it forward to a Sphinx position, planting those forearms down on the mat. Take those palms to the floor as well. Take the shoulders up and back. And plant the palms and pull back towards the body. Drawing that belly button up and in towards the spine. Maybe you drop the neck. Taking a couple head rolls. Massaging it out. Remembering to breathe here. Take a little more time here. Loosening up that neck. Eventually coming down, placing your arms by your sides, palms up right by your hips. And we're gonna bring our big toes together, lifting our chest and toes at the same time to Shalabhasana. Maybe squeezing our shoulder blades together, creating length through the top of the head, out the toes as well. Lifting that chest and toes. Maybe inhaling, lifting a little taller. And exhaling, release it down. Plant those hands where your shoulders, push back to a child's pose once again. Reconnect to the breath. Filling your lungs with air. And exhaling fully. Eventually making your way to a tabletop position, keeping those wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Drop that belly down, taking the chin up. And then round into the back. Draw that belly button up and in. Exhale, drop the belly down. Inhale, draw the belly in. On your next exhale, you might even open your mouth, sticking out your tongue, dropping that belly for lion's breath. Inhale, round to the back. Take a few of these on your own, taking it at your own pace, connecting each movement to your breath. Nice job, guys. You might decide to venture off, getting a little bit of organic movement here. Maybe you create big hip swivels. Maybe you circle your head and hips together. Whatever feels good. Loosening up the spine. Connecting each movement to our breath. Take a little bit longer here. Eventually coming into a puppy pose. So leaving our hips extended over our knees, high in the sky, we're gonna extend our arms out to the floor, dropping our chest into this puppy pose. So arms parallel out in front of us, keeping the hips tall, sending the tailbone to the sky, dropping the chest. You might take the chin to the mat, or maybe even plant the forehead if that feels nice. Take a couple more breaths here. Eventually coming into a Sphinx position once again, planting those forearms down. Take those shoulders up and back. Maybe drop the chin once again. Loosening up through the back and neck. Maybe fully extending. Plant those palms down and gently raise the elbows, not fully extending. Just building some heat here. Draw that belly button up and in. And then release down to the mat. Draw that right knee up to the right elbow now. Stacking the palms right underneath you. You might plant your forehead on your palms. Or you might take your cheek to the side, facing the right. Draw that knee up. I'm going to adjust my camera. Draw that knee up to the elbow, flexing through the toes in this frog position, letting the hip fully relax. Take a couple breaths here, just fully relaxing into this position. If you need more of a stretch here, feel free to extend fully through that right leg. Option to come up into a Sphinx position while in this pose. Bringing the forearms to the mat. Maybe dropping the chin once again. Pulling the belly button up and in. Eventually releasing back down. Take the leg back. Maybe sway the hips side to side if that feels good. Plant the hands in front of you. Once again, extending slightly up, maybe not fully straightening to the elbows. And then releasing down. Stacking the hands, maybe placing the forehead, and bringing that left knee up to the left elbow now. Flexing at the toes. You might even bring your cheek to the mat and face the left now. Letting that hip hang heavy. Take a few moments here to breathe. You might fully extend on this side, straightening to the left leg. Once again, fully relaxing through that hip. Bring oxygen into your lungs. Then take Sphinx on this side. Maybe dropping the chin. Doing whatever feels good here. Listening to your body. And then coming all the way down, take that leg back. Maybe sway the hips side to side. And then place your hands by your shoulders. Push back to a child's pose. Knees wide spread, arms forward. Take a few breaths. Eventually coming to a high plank position. Get those wrists underneath the shoulders. Bring the hips up, drawing the belly button up and in and down, dome through the upper back. So rounding through that upper back. Feeling really strong here. You might decide to rock forward and back if that feels good. Eventually shifting forward fully. Exhale, chaturanga down, bringing those elbows in towards the body. Inhaling to an up dog. Take those shoulders up and back. Maybe taking the head back. Exhale, tuck the toes, send the hips, downward dog. You might pedal out your feet here. Think about really lifting that tailbone up to the sky. Remember to breathe here in this position. Inhaling fully and exhaling fully. Inhale, reach that right leg to the sky. Bringing it forward to a low lunge on this side. Dropping that back left knee to the mat. I'm going to adjust my camera. Feel free to place your arms wherever you'd like. Maybe bringing them to your thigh. Maybe up and cactusing them out. Whatever feels good. Think about keeping that tailbone tucked as well. So drawing the belly button up and in. Sending the hips forward and down here as well. Giving that nice left hip flexor a good stretch. Plant the hands. We're going to shift the hips backwards, half split here. Taking the right toes to the sky. Extend fully through that right leg. You might even take some circles with those right toes. Just feeling out the movement here. Doing what feels good. Thinking about sending that tailbone to the back of the room. Eventually coming forward. Plant that hand. We're going to extend through those left toes now, lifting the kneecap up off the floor and opening to the right. Taking that right arm up to the sky, gazing up at that right thumb. So a little twist position. Draw the core in. Nice job. And then plant the hands, step the foot back. Take a vinyasa at your own pace, meeting in a downward dog. Connecting each movement to your breath. Eventually, when you arrive, send that tailbone up to the sky, creating a long, flat back. You might find stillness here for a moment in this downward dog. Eventually, inhaling that left leg to the sky, bringing it forward to a low lunge on this side. Dropping that back right knee. Placing the hands wherever you'd like on this side. Once again, option to keep them on the leg, maybe applying pressure forward, sending the body back. You might bring the arms up and cactus them out, sending the chest up to the sky. Whatever feels good. Giving that nice right hip a good stretch. Remembering to breathe. When you're ready, plant those hands. Shift the hips back, extending to that left leg. Bring those toes up to the sky. Maybe you make like a circle with those left toes. If that feels good for you. Thinking about sending that tailbone back to the back of the room, creating length here in this left leg. Eventually coming forward, plant that right hand now, tuck those back right toes and lift the knee off the ground. Sending the left arm to the sky, gazing up at that left thumb. Draw that belly button up and in. Gentle twist here. Take a few moments. Eventually planting that hand, take the foot back, and once again, take a vinyasa at your own pace. Eventually meeting in a downward dog, connecting each movement to your breath. Remember to breathe here in this downward dog. Plopping the knees down once again, come back to that tabletop where we started. Take a few rounds of cat-cow. Doing whatever feels good. Loosening up the spine. Having organic free movement. Connecting each movement to your breath. And then re-extend out to child's pose, taking those knees wide. Place the forehead on the mat. You might think about melting that heart down, letting the arms relax freely. And reconnect to the breath, taking a few moments here. Eventually walking those hands up to your knees. We're going to untuck the toes, coming to a Malasana squat here for a moment. Bringing our hands to heart center. Use those elbows to push the knees out. You might drop the chin if that feels good. When here, close the eyes, reconnect to the breath. Plant that right hand down to the ground, extend up through the left, gazing up at that left thumb, using that elbow to push the knee out. And then swapping sides, place that left hand down, extending to the right, gazing up. Use that elbow to push the leg out, getting that twist position. And taking it back to center, take the shoulders up and back. Taking a couple more breaths. Plant the hands on the ground. We're going to extend into a forward fold position for a moment here. Letting your head hang heavy. You might have a slight bend in your knee. Plant the hands on the ground. Inhale, gaze out long, flat back. And then exhale, forward fold. Dropping back into that Malasana squat. You're gonna make your way onto your back now. Drawing your knees into your chest. You might sway side to side. I'd even take them into happy baby, grabbing the outer edges of the feet. Drawing the knees into the armpits. Once again, rocking to side if that feels good, massaging out the lower back. If you're ready, feel free to extend the legs out long. Bringing the palms up to the sky. Maybe tucking the shoulder blades underneath the back. And begin to relax fully through the body. Starting with the toes. Feet spreading to the calves. Committing to relax fully up to the thighs and hips. Relaxing fully through the back and abdomen and chest. Sending it to the arms, all the way to the fingers, relaxing fully. To the head. Taking your face and swooshing it up. And then releasing tension from your face. Relaxing fully into Shavasana. Start to deepen your inhales and exhales. Maybe noticing any sounds within the room and outside the room. Starting to make small movements, waking up the body. Eventually rolling to your favorite side when ready. Cradling your head with your arm if that feels nice. Eventually making your way to a seated position. Bringing your hands to heart center. Close your eyes for a moment and take a big inhale in, filling the lungs fully. Exhaling out the mouth. Once again, inhaling fully. Exhaling out the mouth. One more big inhale. And exhaling. Keeping those eyes closed, take a moment to thank your body for all it's done today. Have a great Wednesday, guys. Namaste.